Hey guys, this is Mauisnake, and today I'm going to be doing another demo review of MIR, the star player from VEGA Squadron. So in the first demo review I did of MIR, he didn't perform all too well. Despite having a good rating, I felt like some of his decision-making trees and just kind of shots that he'd miss were kind of just not up to par with a lot of the professional players, but it has definitely been established at this point that this guy is actually pretty good on LAN. Maybe the tournament that I watched before wasn't the best representation of his skill. So just going to be going over his performance and a few of the other players on his team against FaZe today. I'm going to be skipping around just a little bit, but it's mostly going to focus on MIR. So as we can see from this scoreboard brought to you by HLTV, just all I did was take it from their website, MIR had the most damage, he had the most assists, he had one of the best ratings on the team, and he had a 19 and 13 scoreline. Also, if you're interested in voting for the people that I'm going to be doing these demo reviews on, you should follow me on Twitter at Mauisnake, same thing as my YouTube, and I'll occasionally post up polls for certain players. I took a poll of who the best performer was from this game from VEGA, because they had so many good performers. As you can see, Chopper and JR both also did very well, and the vast majority of you guys voted for MIR. So if you want to get in on those polls and maybe even tweet at me sometimes, hit me up on my Twitter at Mauisnake. So other than that, for FaZe, no one really was a standout performer for them. Nico had the highest ADR, Rain had the highest rating, and they both had pretty good first kill differentials, but Olaf kind of got trampled on, and so did Kerrigan. Guardian didn't do that well either. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're going to be hopping into this, and yes, as I stated before, I will sometimes be jumping around with the player that I'm watching. Most rounds I am going to go for MIR, but having watched this game live, I know that sometimes he wasn't the reason they won a round. So you're going to see a couple rounds from other people as well, or late round situations. Starting with the pistol. MIR was actually dropped a CZ by his teammate here. JR actually just buys a nade. So they switch guns there, and MIR is actually going to be kind of a raid boss in this round. We saw this a lot more before, back when the Tech 9 and the 5.7 were really powerful, raid boss kind of situations. But we're going to see MIR just play the baiter in a bait and switch. As you can see, his teammates on the corner, JR and Chopper, are going to be holding the corner, and now MIR is just going to be holding this line right here, and he's just going to be finding the first kill of the game on Nico. Another stat that made me not only the vote, but in addition, that made me want to do MIR was that he went 8-3 against Nico. Pretty impressive stuff. One of the best performers for FaZe, taking him out so consistently. So MIR's going to be rotating now, knowing that the bomb is actually at A, and he's just going to be waiting for his team here, as it's a 3v2 retake. They have a kit, they have plenty of time to work with, and they have a flashbang. We're going to watch the flash that Chopper actually throws to help them get into this bomb site. So throws the flash, actually blinds MIR a little bit, actually quite a bit, but regardless, JR was not flash, and neither was Chopper, and they were able to help out in getting in the bomb site, but MIR there just going to be finding some nice headshots there, just playing the raid boss of the round. Gets the defuse as well. So, next round, anti-eco. He's going to opt to buy the M4 here. This is kind of just an interesting buy, just a little bit. It's not the craziest thing by any means, but he's going to be playing farther back. He doesn't have the utility, and Vega's going to be opting to do a 3-2 setup here. So 3 of their members towards B, and they're just going to be peppering the banana area with grenades, and MIR's going to be playing the rotator in this round. So as soon as they get a lot of control there towards banana, they actually are going to rotate him off, and then Chopper is the one that actually finds the engagement towards sandbags, and then JR is able to help him. MIR didn't really see any action there, so switch off him for that round. But we're going to get kind of an idea of what MIR is doing. I might change just kind of this whole format just a little bit to try to show the most impactful player on a team from some games, but I'm just kind of experimenting with it for now, seeing how it goes. So this is kind of a trial run for maybe a slightly different way I'm going to be doing things in the future, and hopefully that would just be a little bit more relevant. So MIR here getting some really nice jump boosts here. I'm a little surprised he didn't actually go for the peek down banana with those jump boosts, and it's actually they're just gonna throw some nades, and they're just gonna guess here. They're just guessing that FaZe doesn't want to go B again. So what MIR does is he's not fully committing to the A bomb site yet. He was kind of hanging out in the middle, and sometimes you'll see CTs do that. It seems kind of weird, but they'll just sit in CT spawn and just they won't really cover anything, but they're very ready to help out in the case of a push. So MIR is going to move up to help out. He gets blinded by the FaZe players and gets a nice couple kills towards the bomb site, which is going to allow VEGA to close that one out and to get their third round on the board. Notice he liked to move through graveyard there. He could have opted to go into the bomb site. The thing with the graveyard position is that helping his teammate from balcony is just going to be more apparent. It's not like they're going to have a perfect crossfire here, but let's draw this just a little bit. They kind of had an angle like this on each other. So anyone that's going to be moving through just this truck area is just going to be right in between them. And in between sight, he might not actually be finding kills on AKs, and if he's going to be playing behind a box per se, that's not always the best angle for an M4. Sometimes M4s, they want to just play an angle that's a little more in the open, just because you don't want to play against a headshot angle against AKs. So this was a technical pause during the game, but we're going to be starting up once again. This round he's going to be supporting JR a bit, and then he's going to be rotating off once again. So MIR's playing the B, kind of the B rotator position. He's also kind of just being an aid in some of these plays here. So FaZe not on a really good buy. After they establish JR's control of the banana bomb set, or the banana area, they are just going to rotate him back. And unsure if anyone kind of moves that smoke to get into Arch, he's going to just quickly check that out. And using a great Molotov, that's going to really stop the FaZe players from getting onto the bomb site. They were really confined to running just through the whole truck side there. And just good utility usage from MIR in that round. And already, MIR and VEGA Squadron, compared to when I reviewed them before, just look like a much more polished team already. They have a lot of different CT plays and setups, and all of them are very effective. And not just because they're hitting their shots or anything, they have crossfires, they have kind of utility decisions, and they basically are using the correct utility in a lot of these situations. If it were a less practiced team, maybe MIR would have thrown his molly earlier in the round just for no reason. He might have used some of that utility, but he knows exactly how he wants to use his utility when he's rotating, and that goes a long way in helping out his team, even though he didn't really do much damage that round. I don't know if he did any, actually, with the molly burning anyone, but maybe just a couple ticks here and there. So they're going to be doing a double molly play here. Notice just how coordinated this is. They both threw their mollies at the same time. Chopper's going to go for a peek down there, and he's actually going to find a kill, while MIR is supporting him with another flashbang. And that flash actually allows Chopper to kind of unpeek very quickly, and then repeek once again. So Chopper's going to be doing the bulk of the work in this round. And now MIR is going to be taking a really nice spot in this round. This is something that has, I think a lot of people are watching this match. They thought MIR could maybe come up with 2 or 3 kills. It doesn't pan out exactly the same way, but we're going to see just how this whole B bomb side works for VEGA. As MIR is not hearing anything yet, even though the demo seems to be playing that. Just the FaZe players walking up, and Rain's going to just clock him in the face. But he was able to get the dink there, and almost was able to get the kill, and that would have given his team a huge advantage. So notice how Chopper's playing this. He has a 3v3 for his team. He's not going to overcommit to pushing out or anything like that. He's going to wait for his team to get there, even though Kashander's taking his sweet time towards this A-bomb site right now, as you can see. But Chopper's just going to wait for the smoke. Smoke's going to begin to fade, and he's going to try to catch Guardian here, and he does as he's moving away. So Chopper doing a really good job on this retake, just being patient, waiting for his team, and is able to get 2, getting to that bomb site, and then is finally traded out. So still able to survive, win that round with just a single, or with 2 players. Alright, back to MIR now. We're going to see some early utility usage once again. I think he began with a smoke down, then a close molly, so that they can now take over this banana positioning again. And now they're just going to post Chopper up here close to the bomb site. And now MIR is going to rotate off, help them stack the A bomb site. Just doing the normal B rotator things, letting Chopper do a lot of the solo banana holds. And MIR is going to be just in this nice position. Accidentally clicks his mouse as he's jumping, kind of weird. But he's doing a little intel work here, going to get close to this smoke, see if he can find anything with this. Perhaps it's going to fade at some point. And a lot of teams, when they throw this kind of smoke exec, I'm just going to go over this briefly. It's a very common strat to see at higher levels. You're going to see this smoke, and usually what this indicates is some kind of bracket control for the T's. But what a lot of teams like to do in addition to this, including Astralis and just actually a bunch of professional teams, I think they all stole this strat from Astralis, is that they'll throw this smoke for Archside and they'll throw this smoke for Moto, and they'll actually walk a guy all the way through here. So it's actually pretty important to try to post up on this smoke and not let that happen against your team. But as the smoke's fading, he knows sees that, and he's actually going to just post up on it there. And now Hoochie has, pretty sure he has a nice round here. And he's just going to play the pit position perfectly. Just gets a nice 2K there. But notice that MIR doesn't just see the smokes and thinks that they're walls. That might be a mistake that a lot of other players with less experience against teams with that kind of execute would think. They would just see the smokes, and they would just say, okay, they're just gonna hit truck side. I'm just gonna go help my team out there. But in actuality, that's not usually how it goes. A lot of pro teams like to push through that. So, yep, MIR doesn't let them get the better of him. He doesn't actually really get anything. He gets a dink off, gets a headshot, but he doesn't actually net any kills. But just goes to show there's a little more to it. So this is kind of a weird round. MIR kind of finds himself in sandbags, and that was a little awkward. And Chopper also gets kind of run over. And pretty sure this is the first round that goes to FaZe here. We're going to still watch it from JR's perspective. He plays this pretty well. Notice again, he's not trying to force himself into the action just yet. He's not forcing himself into the fray. He's going to play the retake patiently, wait for his teammates. Going to wait for Hoochie to try to push to get up closer. Kashander's going to wait behind the smoke a little bit. And although Hoochie gets taken out, they still think they have a chance. JR's going to go for it and gets taken out pretty easily. But yeah, just not overcommitting back to that retake. This area right here frequently is challenged by CTs and Ts, and it's kind of a hot spot. And usually whoever's just there first is probably going to hold it. So once JR doesn't really have control of it, he kind of hangs out in the construction area instead to watch for any players that are going to be moving over there. Actually, I forgot to turn off the sound for my Steam notifications, which is a rare mistake. So, turn that off now. But yeah, VEGA are gonna force buy back into this. They know that how much damage this can inflict on the FaZe team if they're able to win this. And MIR's gonna be just kind of doing his normal utility work towards this as he throws the smoke first, then the molly. Kind of an odd ordering. I see a lot of teams usually throw the mollies first, then the smoke. But he's gonna be throwing a nice assist flash for his team, and then he's gonna be rotating to the A bomb site now. That flash was there to supplement JR and Chopper as they were doing a boost towards the B-bomb site, but they kind of had some funky movement there, which you may have seen if you watch this game live. It looked pretty awkward, but yeah, they weren't able to really get anything off of it. So, MIR gonna be pushing up with Chopper there. Notice he shoots his gun just a little bit. Potentially going to distract T's to look into the flashbang, but they're a little too far back for that to be a relevant play. So I think more interesting than that is what Chopper is going to be doing in the rest of this round, as he's just going to be playing right on this smoke, and he's just not afraid to get in the face of FaZe. I think he starts to hear Olaf starting to throw a smoke and everything, and thinks he can get aggressive against this, and he was actually quite right. But he's going to get taken down right there. So on to the members of VEGA. And this round kind of got a little weird. JR took out Nico, who had the bomb, towards Banana, and then the FaZe members just kind of were all over the map. It was really rather awkward to watch. think it kind of was like a fake, but with kind of a B split coming from Arch as well. But it just didn't work out at all as Nico losing the bomb there. I think that kind of the plan there may have worked if Olaf stayed alive with Nico, and then they would have been able to push the bomb site together. But alas, they're taken out. And MIR with the Zeus now. Sure, he is looking to find some really cheesy taste kills. Just kidding, probably a misfire. Yeah, and he's just going to drop that immediately. That round was a little hairy, like, actually. Kind of hard to follow it, even during the match. I even just with the actual cameraman. So, going to be doing his typical nade set, but actually he's going to be nading logs this time. It's kind of a random idea they had, and he's going to be throwing a nice little pop flash for Chopper that hit the corner. And now he's unable to support Chopper, and Chopper's actually going to taken down by Olaf. So now it's up to MIR to anchor this bomb site alone. So we're going to see the position he chooses, but thankfully for him, Kashander is going to make a nice play towards the apartments here and get some really nice map control for his team. But yeah, this is MIR's preferred spot, it looks like, in kind of a late mid-round situation. And his teammates doing so much work, though, at A are helping him out quite a bit here. So MIR is going to be playing off of JR now. JR has nice positioning here with the op. He whiffs a pretty easy shot there, kind of just shoots in between them. But now JR is taking a lot of the attention from FaZe. MIR doesn't peek out right away. Kind of timings Nico there, as he's not out just in the open. So when Olaf ran across, he didn't catch him. And MIR's going to peek right after that. And that was just really good timing by MIR. Very good just awareness. And pretty much just played it perfectly, actually. Sometimes you'll see new box players hold out a little too wide and just get clocked in the face by the opposing team. But no, MIR is actually showing some really good experience on this map. I think the tournament I showed before was kind of weird. It was some online tournament, not much of a prize pool, kind of a lower tier competition, but VEGA have been really playing their A game in this tournament here. So 8-1. FaZe just kind of doing a weird kind of Glock play where they just run up through the arch side, trying to get to CT to wrap the Opera. Nothing really too notable about the way they went around that. And after watching this game a little bit more, this round's actually totally skippable. They just go A. FaZe just go A. VEGA lose the bomb site. MIR does absolutely nothing. So I'm going to skip that. And was able to save his AK, able to save everything, and then they're going to be able to hop into this one too. But this one, actually, JR has a really good round. So JR here does one of the, as Bardolph said, a really disrespectful play. And I think you guys would enjoy seeing just kind of the why he does it. And seeing it again fully from his perspective. MIR does help close this round out later, so I'll be switching back to him. But yeah, JR is going to be going for a really aggressive play with the op. This is something that operas can do on Inferno very effectively. It can take a lot of aggressive angles and can catch T's out quite frequently. So flash from Kerrigan is actually going to get JR out of his position. He gets some nice hops on the way back and very disrespectfully just going to peek into the FaZe team. They're going to be moving up quite quickly. He recognizes that, and in doing so, just kind of finds out that they're probably going to be running forward on him. So that re-peek there was actually not the most ill-advised play, given that with so much forward momentum, it's very likely that operas can catch players with rifles just kind of moving forward. And so he was able to read that situation very well. Otherwise, you're re-peeking into two AKs that are going to be holding you, and that's obviously never going to end well for you. Maybe you'll get one, but you're usually going to get killed. And MIR is just going to play a really smart and solid angle for Arch. And he's going to take out the last two members of FaZe as he rotates over. Just a really solid angle. Again, a lot of players, as they rotate over, would kind of play around here because they really are worried about their A players getting wrapped on. But in a 2v3 situation, MIR finds it more beneficial for his team to just play and watch for the push to CT, which is it's a frequently common play if T's are kind of running out of ideas. So MIR kind of reads that in advance, and he's showing a lot of game sense in this match as well. It's just not the angle that a lot of people would take, and for this round, knowing that it's an eco, he's gonna actually be, or an anti-eco. He's just going to be throwing a couple nades and falling off. They're not going to fight for banana control or anything. They don't want to get run over. Oddly enough, I think a lot of the rounds that FaZe actually win, or a lot of teams have been winning in general on this map, in this tournament have been just B rushes. And B rushes are really hard to contain on this map nowadays. Even when you throw your whole utility set, if you throw one nade a little too late, the T's can be up in your face just within a blink, a blink of an eye, and can really just like overrun you very easily. So MIR is going to get boosted up here. They're playing a 3-man B stack. It's kind of a 3-2, and I like how Vega's been reading FaZe here. They actually very frequently have been stacking the correct bomb site, or at least putting a player in position to quickly help out the other bomb site. And they're just willing to take risks with their setups very often. If FaZe just lose at A, it seems like Vega and their IGL know that FaZe like to go to the other bomb site, and that's rung true for them throughout most of this match, as they've correctly stacked the right bomb site pretty often. So MIR's gonna find quite a few kills there, and Chopper's gonna be playing a really dirty angle. This is something I don't see very often, just kind of sitting right here, crouched, and just gonna be kind of waiting. And this round is gonna end on the A bomb site actually when Olaf was running over. I don't think Olaf would have actually had the plant unless he was able to plant in the default position, but Kashander, just going to be sitting and pick patiently, is going to take out the last members of FaZe, and it doesn't even show up that he killed Olaf, but that was happening yesterday too with some of these demos. Not sure what's going on with the demos, but yep, on to the next round. And another gun round though, as FaZe just kind of did half save kind of buy. You can kind of read this here with buying pistols there and the 2-round loss bonus. Now on the 3rd round loss bonus, they're going to definitely be able to buy, and Vega know that, so they're going to go back to their aggressive banana play where they throw their double mollies, a nade to supplement that from MIR, and now they're just going to post JR up at banana by himself. And this is, again, very common play, using 3 members of your team on CT side to set up your opper to solo hold banana, because he can take a lot of single shots, fall off to a new angle, take another single shot, and effectively just lock down the bomb side by himself, or get a few kills while falling off. So now MIR is going to be playing the graveyard position. This is one of FaZe's few execs they have for the map, and he's going to peek from that position just a little late as people are running up. So again, that's kind of what graveyard does for your team. You don't really just hold it. What you do is you let T's run up on your team, you let them try to be pushing forward, and you try to just catch them holding W. And that's what MIR has actually excelled at in this game. He's caught the T's, and that's what him actually and JR have done very well, is that they both have caught T's running at them several times. He did it when MIR, on one of the earlier rounds, moved into Graveyard to get a 2K. He caught 2 T's just kind of running at him. And when he's playing Graveyard, that's what all Graveyard is. You're just trying to catch T's running at you. You're not going to try to take the fight, because it's very easy for your angle to get pre-aimed by T's once they know you're there. But if you have that surprise factor of just peeking it late into the exec, it can be incredibly effective. So MIR briefly is going to pick up the op in this round. He actually hits a nice wall bang and just good nade damage. Is going to, what looks to be a pretty secured round given the HP and the just economy or weaponry of FaZe, but actually it's going to be a little harder than they figure. And it looks to me like this is all but done, but we're just gonna watch Olaf. Okay, this is just a little too crazy to not watch it. No one from Vega really accomplishes anything in the rest of this round, but Olaf here is just gonna hold this angle really tightly with the CZ, and he's just able to get some really clean kills there that very surprisingly worked out for him. Now MIR 1v3, he's just gonna get peeked by Nico in a second. Nico so willing to take that duel, so confident in throughout the 3v1, and that's gonna do it for the first half. So let's just talk about it during the pause, how MIR played on CT side. So he was just very aware in late round situations about how his position should be played and what actual angles he should be taking. And playing new box late in the round when he was anchoring B, as the members of FaZe were trying to go up there. Just a really strong spot, of course, especially when you're playing with a crossfire from CT when a guy is playing around a gap smoke. Very strong. Playing in that arch position, also very good. Where he was able to get that 2K on them trying to push into arch, into CT. Again, very strong. He's just showing that his timing and his game sense are actually much better than what we saw before. I'm glad that he's proving himself, because I was kind of doubting VEGA's abilities quite a bit after watching that, and they just showed they're a totally different beast on LAN, and can hang with some of the best teams. So, pistol round here. Nothing really happens, actually, on that's too interesting for VEGA, as they kind of like do a weird just default and then kind of a B hit, and 3 of them get killed trying to get into the bomb site. But we'll watch it anyways. We'll see how MIR moves, and just kind of why things went wrong, I'd say. So they're just going to be defaulting out, making sure that FaZe aren't going to make any kind of cheeky plays towards them. And MIR is going to be responsible for alt mid and mid here. He's just kind of taking a few different angles towards this. He's taking the Mexi fight, and he's also taking this alt mid fight. And he's just going to move up as JR throw a flash and a smoke into the bomb site. And I think the problem with this round stems from here. JR is going to throw his flash into B bomb site, and this is gonna get all of his players to move across. But they don't have a smoke yet either, so there's a lot for them to handle and worry about. That if he threw the smoke first then the flash, I feel like that could have gone a lot differently, because the players are moving in and they're just not really all too comfortable with what they're seeing, and the flash could potentially catch a guy off guard in the bomb site and maybe get them an entry kill, which would actually win the round for them. But it's just a little atypical and kind of like overthinking it just a little bit. Whereas you could simply just throw the smoke then the flash, and you would have a pretty similar result. You'd give your team more space, whereas that didn't give your team space. You gave your team you throw the smoke usually to isolate angles off, and then you throw the flash to kind of give yourself space or actually get a flash assist and get a kill off of it. But neither of those happened. So into this secondary round, they are going to actually go for a force buy. JR, the opera for the team. VEGA have a lot of creative buys up their sleeves, and one of the creative buys in this round was JR actually buying an AK for MIR, and MIR just buys head armor, so that if FaZe get a little antsy and just want to get a little pushy, MIR can catch them. So playing the Mexi position, one of the best passive angles to hold as a T on the map, and yeah, not able to really accomplish anything as the team just gets completely mowed down trying to push through banana. But and now they're going to be going into this round a little bit gimped with a Galil instead of an AK and a CZ on one of the players. But all in all, it's not actually all that bad of a buy. So Bardoff and DDK were talking about this on the match comms, or the cast, that this actually doesn't look that bad of a buy, and it really isn't, as MIR works his way towards apps. So it's going to be kind of an A default coming out from VEGA here. You're going to see a lot of the players moving towards the side of the map, but not able to actually get the nice entries there. But we're going to see them close it out, getting a 3v2 with some really favorable trades for them. And now Kashander is just going to make a really smart play here. He spots the player in apps. Not going to take the fight right away. Doesn't need to. 3v2 advantage. You don't need to give up 1v1s for free to the CTs. That's exactly what they're looking for. CTs to try to get into the round just really want you to give them a chance to. So Kashander's just going to stay in the sardines part of pit, and he's just going to be watching this whole angle here. And he kind of has bad timing there, running out of the pit, but just the discipline to not just commit to that apps fight, even though it looked like the player that was in apps wasn't even aware of him, because kind of just half the body was showing. Still knows better than that, and that really goes a long way. And even though he doesn't get a kill on the board, just great positioning, great movement in that round. It's just VEGA doesn't throw. VEGA's not throwing rounds in this game. They're not getting too cocky, nor are they getting too scared of what's going on here. So MIR again going to be working towards the apartments area, messes the jump up once there, and just going to be moving in through apps. He's just going to clear the angles out. Pretty standard stuff thus far, and just going to be making sure to jiggle everything pretty well. Does kind of wide peak that angle, but his teammates are already in bracket, so he doesn't want to keep jiggling when his teammates are already in bracket. That would be a mistake. You want to just take the fight and help them out, and they could trade off with you, or you can trade off with them. And they're just going to be running into this bomb site now, but Olaf has a really insane round there, as he's able to close it out. He's able to really lock it down with a just a pretty sick situation. So, going to be down to a 2v2 here. And this would be a pretty hard retake if FaZe weren't as good as they were. Just kind of an awkward smoke there. Kind of makes MIR have to peek around it. And a really good attempt by MIR as he plays around this pit area. But Kerrigan just posted up on his position. It was just a little too powerful for him. Close this. And so we're going to be hopping into this round. And this is kind of a balls to the walls play coming out from VEGA. Just calling a straight up B rush. It worked for FaZe. It can work for us too. So MIR is going to be moving up with his teammate, and they're going to be finding entries on Nico and Kerrigan. Pretty good hold from them, 3v3, and it seems like it would be a very winnable position for the FaZe players, but they still have pretty decent utility, which is kind of surprising given the state of their buy. But yeah, it's going to keep them in this. So JR, I found to be probably one of the more clutch players in this situation. He's going to just toss a flash out. It's just a nice left-click flash through there, and he's going to find just an incredible headshot on Rain, really. And the rest of his team is going to find 1 kill each. But JR just knows what's probably coming and very ready for that. Knows that FaZe still have utility. In a fast B rush, what makes it weak is not necessarily the rush itself. It's the fact that you're probably going to be fighting a CT retake that's going to have full utility. At the beginning of rounds for CTs, they're usually just going to be using a single smoke, maybe flash, to make an aggressive peek towards alt mid or mid. But after that, they're going to have smokes and Molotovs. And one of the most common uses for a Molotov late in a retake is to molly the new box position. JR, completely aware of that possibility, just has a flash totally ready for when that molly flies at him. He knows that the CT is going to want to hold him or peek him as that is coming at him, and he's just going to throw that flash, get a nice kill. The flash wasn't a great flash. It wasn't that it totally blinded the other guy, but he had to shift his movement. Makes it harder. I'm sure you guys have played before, and the flash doesn't really get you, but it makes you kind of adjust your crosshair. It makes you mess with your movement a little bit. It makes you trying to duck behind a corner, and it doesn't allow the CT to fully utilize the molly, which otherwise would have been a really good way to flush him out of that spot. VEGA just came into this game really prepared for a lot of different situations, and it's not even always team preparedness. Things like that play from JR that he made, that's just something that he knows individually. He just, maybe they went over it and talked about it, but it is something he had to think of on that spot and just come up with himself. So VEGA going to be going for a pretty passive default here. MIR just going to be going through a lot of the standard angles, going to be going for the bridge spam there, and the rest of his team is going to be just pushing up there on the bomb site. And nothing too crazy for MIR in this round. I think Chopper might find another here, so I'm gonna be switching to him. But MIR's just gonna be planting in the default spot, and Guardian's just left in a pretty horrible spot, and they know exactly where he is. Actually, maybe I don't know. Actually, I forgot who closed this, so I know, but looks like he's just gonna escape. Actually, I think that's probably gonna be it for this one. I think someone pushes at him from an angle, and he might catch them, but notice they're even closing in on him pretty together. He finds that one, but JR's already ready to trade it out. I mean, VEGA looked prepared. Even their timings in taking that gun away from Guardian was just really, it was just very, just clean. It's synchronized was the word I was looking for. But yeah. So, spoiler alert, this is the final round of the game, and we're going to be seeing VEGA take it in just 22 rounds against FaZe, totally decimating them here. And MIR, again, going to be starting in a very default position towards this area. And getting off to a surprisingly early loss here. MIR is now going to be just kind of posting up by the short wall. He finds a little gap in the smoke that he wants to work with now. And Kashander is going to be looking for a pick on his extremity, which is the apartments position. He just moves up, finds Olaf, but is unable to really get anything off of that. But MIR is going to move up by himself. And now with this advanced positioning, this is pretty much the reason that they're able to get this. MIR, taking so much initiative on his own, was able to move through Banana, push up, find where Kerrigan was playing, and he's actually going to be able to take him out in just a second. And yep, going to find the kill on him. And now they're going to be playing the post plan here. Takes another aggressive angle against the FaZe players. And he's going to smoke off the position, but FaZe is actually going to run right through it. And I think they are in that position, and MIR jumps across perfectly as the CTs were holding him there. And he's just going to be trying to use his utility to slow them down a little bit. He's going to be looking for the fights here. They know where his position, and he's going to find some really crisp shots, and that's going to put Rain in a really tough situation, and unable to find anything there. It's going to just be up to Kashander and JR. They're going to play this perfectly. There was no chance Rain could have had that. As JR is stuck fighting him, Kashander's trying to move back, and that's just going to close the round out for them. Pretty impressive stuff from FaZe. That was just, I mean, props to Moses for predicting VEGA in his contrarian nature. Of course, he is going to pick the underdog a lot of the time, but still props to him for choosing VEGA, and that was just a really good game overall. MIR, not really the most explosive player on the T side. I think Huchi was really good at finding openings, or just being kind of a good entry fragger for them. And if they go farther in this tournament, who knows? Maybe I'll review them again. But that's going to do it for this episode of Player Analysis, guys. Major edition. So hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out. See you guys again tomorrow.